Good morning, Antonella. Thanks for being on our program. Hello, can you hear me?
Good morning, Shiva. Good morning, Shiva.
And I thank you so much, first of all. I think it must be very emotional for you to go through this all the time. I have explained to our viewer a little bit about Hamid, but my question to you is, how long has Hamid been so far in the prison, and also what's the current situation?
Thank you, Shiva. First of all, I'd like to thank you and the people who will listen and watch your program for your kind help and generosity to want to listen to my story. Hamid has been in prison almost 3 years now. He was arrested in May 2008 when he had gone to Tehran to visit his family and his mother, who was feeling sick. At that time, Hamid had just gone to Tehran for a few weeks to return home in Toronto in June of 2008. However, a few days after Hamid arrived in Tehran, his brother Albord, who lived in Iran, was arrested, and a few days after Albord's arrest, Hamid's mother's house was searched, and all the belongings, all Hamid's belongings were confiscated, including his Canadian and Iranian passport.
What is the situation now?
So at that time, Hamid proceeded to inquire about how to obtain his passport back, and he was told to pick up his passport at the designated office, and that's where he was arrested. That was approximately May 20, 2008. And he was held in solitary confinement for 19 months, where I didn't know where he was, and I had no news of his condition. After that, we received the news that both Hamid and Albord were sentenced to death. That was in November 2009. The charges were, they claimed that Hamid and Albord were spies. And of course, I know Hamid is not a spy, and I believe Albord was not either. We are just terribly worried because Albord actually passed away in Evin prison last year in January 2010. And Hamid I'm concerned about his health, and I'm concerned about what the Iranian authorities want to do with Hamid.
It must be very difficult, and I'm sure nothing even I say will ease off the pressure on you, especially emotionally. And I can understand it must be very difficult for you, especially that you don't know what's going to happen. But just if that helps really to let you know that you're not alone in this fight, and many people all around the world, even though they haven't seen Hamid personally, but they have sent protest letters. They know Hamid through, your campaign, our campaign, and other people's. And also following, for example, that we sent a letter to the Canadian government from the campaign to free political prisoners, many people basically have responded and sent a letter to the government to pressurize the Iranian government. So all I can say that you're not alone, and we're with you, and we're hoping all together we can make it happen and we can set Hamid free. I'm aware that you have started a campaign, which, just for the attention of our viewer, the website called www.freehamid.org. How is the campaign going? Have you got any support from the Canadian government, or in fact, have they taken any steps to basically pressurize the Iranian government?
Thank you, Shiva, for the kind words and sentiment. Yes, I have started a campaign, and the website, the freehamid.org website, is the primary spot where people can get information about all the news and actions that I am doing on Hamid's behalf. And also people can help on their own by going to freehamid.org. There is a How You Can Help section where they can sign the petition to the Canadian government officials. And I am glad to tell you that the Canadian government has taken notice of all these messages and letters that people have sent on paper and on email. And they have now started to take a more active role in helping Hamid. Everybody who knows Hamid, and the government knows too, that Hamid is innocent. And something has to be done so that Hamid can come home safe and sound. I plea with the Iranian authorities to please review the case, and they will see that Hamid is not in any way responsible of the things that have been said about him, and that the only right thing to do is to release Hamid and send him back home to Canada.
Well, obviously, you mentioned some of the ways that people can help to free Hamid. It's writing the letter and petition. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewer? Because your voice will be heard by thousands and millions of people. Would you like to say anything else that people can help in this campaign?
I want to say thank you to everyone who has written to the authorities, and I would like you to encourage to continue to visit the freehamid.org website, as well as help me distribute this information to friends, families, and people who have the ability to help, like government representatives in all countries. I believe we are all citizens of this world, and we have to show the support for human rights. It is a human right to receive a fair trial, and it is a human right that the accuser be able to prove their accusation.
Antonella, many, many thanks to you for being on our program, and I hope as soon as possible they release Hamid, and I talk to you and interview you on the release of Hamid. All the best to you, and thanks again for being on our program.
Thank you, Shiva. God bless you.